Hello, welcome to a full master trophy guide. This is the mastery part 2 to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm basically going to be trying not to speak through all of it. I'm just going to be showing you where the locations are for these things, how to do them, this, that and the other. So we're starting off here in, I believe, the St. Guthlac's Trial of the Bear. This was one of the ones I had the biggest struggle with, just for the time limit of trying to get it in like completely within 2 minutes. Like you see, I only just do it in this. The tactic for this one is you basically want to spam your L1 attack against the shield people with the spear, because that's the fastest way of being able to attack them. And later on you'll see the fastest way to get from above points to another above point instead of taking the ladder. You want to use your R2X attack. Because it will be able to make you just be able to jump the distance. The whole thing of this is just efficiency is the best way to say about this, dealing with Valhalla's somewhat clunkiness, and being able to rush for as much as you can. You normally have enough like specialty to be able to use all the time without having to pick up any of the mushrooms. That's basically all it is for this one. So.
Knock the idiot down. Stronger already. Try to flank! We watch each other's backs! God grant me strength! side. Together, lads, we have this. Going to smash you. Let's spill some. Can't hold out much longer. Suffer for that. Let's strip the dog off. In nomine Patris. We have the advantage. Flank the idiot. Press hard. No 1-2, brother. That's enough. Spread out. We have this.
Moving on to the Trial of the Raven. I didn't have too much trouble with the Trial of the Raven on Guthlac, or however you pronounce it. It's the next one that's kind of a bit more annoying. This one wasn't too bad. So I start off by instantly just going over, picking up the arrows, picking up the mushroom, and coming up here. Air assassinations. To get an air assassination, you just need to be slightly above the person, and it will class as an air assassination. So it's really not that punishing. You just want to make sure that basically every assassination you get is an air assassination and remain anonymous. Even with here, when you put targets to sleep, you want to air assassinate those targets that you've put to sleep. So you see I put those two asleep, assassinate the guy, and then I'll climb up this pole to then air assassinate these two. And this is something that I'll do again on the people in the middle. If you just follow the route that I've taken, it's genuinely safe. There's probably a more optimal route to take, but there was never a part during this run where I almost got spotted. So it's a very safe run to replicate and copy. By the end of this, you'll have the gold medal for all of the Guthlac masteries. Welcome back. So we're moving on to the Uffentune challenges. This is the Trial of the Bear, straight up. So you just want to deal fire damage and kill the targets here, or fire damage kills and kill the target. So fire damage kills is letting the fire do the final blow, do the killing blow. I sort of struggled with this to begin with because I was actually killing people with a flamed weapon and it wasn't working. There are going to be people that are going to be up in watchtowers that you're going to want to make sure that you kill in this one with fire damage. A way how you can get those people that are up in the air because you can't climb the towers is to get some arrows that are scattered around the map. Hold L2 to get your arrow out and go near a fire until it lights up, and it will take like 1 or 2 shots to, sometimes even 1 shot just to kill the person on top of there with fire. I don't think they're necessary. I done them just in case because you will see at the end of this there's actually 1 person I didn't kill, but I still managed to do the challenge. So you might be able to miss out on one of them. I don't normally do the R2 square or the R2X, I believe, if you're on the Xbox, because the detonation, although it's good, it's not really that great. Normally you want to go near the enemies, hold R2 and X, because when you set your weapon on fire, it also sets them on fire in the proximity, and then you get a couple of hits in off on them until they then go. You see, I'm kind of struggling here to set my arrow alight because I realise I don't actually have any arrows. So that's where the arrows will go, and you'll see me go to the same location, light up the arrows, and shoot the guy above. There's 1 here, and there'll be 1 in the next section as well. So I kill both of them. Also, make sure that you kill all of the guards before you kill the one that has the blue arrow on top of your head, on his head. As soon as you kill that one, the game ends. I had it where I'd done the trial. I killed the one, on many attempts on the ones later on as well, I'd kill the ones with the blue arrows on top, and the trial would end when there's still more people I can kill, and it just making me have to restart the run on that mastery. So make sure you just don't make that mistake. Again, no time limit on this one. It's pretty easy if you just take your time and be patient. Waiting for the fire damage to tick down is your best friend. Unfortunately, you can have something like this happen where the fire damage doesn't quite kill the person, but I believe direct kills with a fire arrow classes as a fire damage kill and doesn't negate as a kill. You'll see it here. I'll shoot him with the fire arrow, but it still classes as a fire damage kill even though it was an arrow kill. We won't question it. It works. This is the Trial of the Bear. Right, time for Trial of the Wolf on the Uffentune one. Obviously my pronunciation on Norse words are terrible, we'll ignore that. This is just weak points and headshot kills and destroying all the silos. This one is really easy. There's no time limit, you can be spotted. Hitting the weak points really ain't too bad as well. You're using a heavy bow now, or not a hand bow, so you can actually hold your R2 and get some shots off, I believe. I tend to normally just spam it, I believe, anyway, just to get the weak spot kills, because they're not difficult, as I say. If you really are having difficulty with getting some weak spots, you can use your L2 square or LTX to be able to let your bird get the stun off and then hit the weak points. As you can see, I'm having trouble with this shield guy. But yeah, it's not bad. You hit the weak spot while they're down, hit the headshot, or you're going to have a little bit more trouble hitting the headshot when they're not down. Save the silos until the last thing you do, because the explosion from the silo can kill the person, which will negate you from being able to get the gold mastery. So go around the map, kill all the enemies with headshots and weak spot damages, then go around and destroy the silos. It's just as simple as that.
Face me. I'll keep the rat busy. Hey, wait, pathetic.
Moving on to the final one for the Uffentune one, the Trial of the Raven. This one I had quite a lot of trouble with. You're going to want to be quick on this one. You're going to want to pick up the arrows there, drop down off the edge, pick up the arrows I've got here, move straight over. Be sure that you sort of stop before assassinating people. I've had it a couple times where my person will just attack. So you want to assassinate that person, shoot your arrow to explode the silo. That will be the indirect kills that we're going for. And that big pole that I'm next to in the little fencing, climb next to that, and then you'll get an easier way of being able to shoot that indirect kill and this one as well at the same time. You only need to get indirect kills on those ones that have the blue arrows above their head, I found out. There's no point trying to get more indirect kills, otherwise you won't be able to get the assassination side objective. So again, just remaining undetected is probably one of the most annoying parts of this. Abuse the L2X or the LT square to be able to get the bird stun. It's really useful. You can't get spotted while you use it. See me use it on this guy here before then running up and taking him out. Extremely useful. Do not use caged animals as an indirect kill. If you free animals, there'll be some down to my left in that general area. If you shoot that door open, instantly the remain anonymous gets removed. You can't use the animals as a way of getting indirect kills, but you can use everything else. Come the end of this, one of the indirect kills you need to set up yourself, which is by getting an oil word and placing it down in the middle. It's really easy to do. I won't need to bother explaining it. It's pretty self-explanatory on the video. But again, just take your time on this. There's no time limit. Patience is key with these Raven missions of just not being spotted. So yeah.
What's all that then? Hey.
Not doing bad so far. So now it's on to the Anderitum ones. We've got another set of 3 after this that was sort of a surprise to me. So yeah, this is the Trial of the Bear. This place looks horrendous, honestly, in Valhalla. But you want poison kills and parries. You don't actually need too many parries. Again, similar to the fire damage one, you want the poison to be the one that gets the killing blow here. Poison ticks for a very long time, so normally when they get to about a quarter health, half health, depending on the enemy type, I'll just leave them and let the poison do its job, as you can see there. Getting parries, if it's the red move, you generally can't parry them, but if it's not the red move, parrying's really generous. If you just click L1 when they start the attack, more likely than not, you end up getting the parry. And remember that parries do deal damage as well, so you don't want to parry someone who's already low on health if you're not getting a poison kill. If someone is low on health and they're no longer poisoned, you can use your R2X to put the poison on your weapon. That will also do an AoE poison and poison those people around you. You saw me just use it there. With this one, the bigger enemies and the shield enemies, using your L1 attack is brilliant. Just make sure you don't hold it for too long, because I have had it a lot of times where I've ended up killing the enemies by holding the L1 button for too long and just generally murdering them. This guy here, you want to sidestep when he attacks, make him slow down, so then you can get L1 attacks on not his shields. And then that's how you end up doing the big damage there. On the last room that I come to, if you're following the same order I do, save the guy that has the 2 weak points on his knees till last, because if you kill him and not the other 2 inside the room, then you're not going to be able to get the poison kill one. You want to make sure that you kill every person in this, I believe, with poison. There might be one for error. You might be able to get away with not doing one of them. But better safe than sorry. If you, it's pretty easy anyway. It's just, again, patience in waiting for the poison to do its job.
Something is not right. Not much longer, corpse. I'll snap your spine. Need to be careful here. Follow my lead. Here. Keep our wits about us. You're mine.
Now we can move into more brighter setting again, going to the Trial of the Wolf. This is just weak points and poison kills. The poison kills for this one, I believe the poison can be triggered from your arrows. As you can see, my arrows now have turned to poison. As soon as you've hit the weak points and these enemies have been poisoned, just leave them. Just run away. You don't need to get a poison kill on everyone here. I believe there was 2 people at the end of this that I just killed normally. But if you just focus on trying to poison everyone to start with, then that way when it comes to the end you'll be fine. I think on a parry or a dodge, there's a chance that a poison cloud can be formed as well. And you can also, if someone's poison runs out, you can lure them over to a dead body that's still poisoned. And that will be able to build up poison. You can see me just spamming shots there to see if the poison will come out, but yeah, you see, I lure him towards this body or this big cloud of poison around here, and you see, look, he poisons himself from it. So again, it's patient. As soon as they're poisoned, don't weaken them too much with your arrows. You can do a couple shots, but I done a run where I weakened them down to like a couple ticks left of poison. And then the poison would tick them and kill them, but it didn't class as a poison kill for some reason. So if you do want to weaken them, maybe only shoot them once and then let the poison do the job. You don't want to shoot them too many times and end up voiding out on getting the gold for this mastery.
Jesus God, my Lord! Stop. Pay for your sins. Snuff you out. Knock the idiot down. Hey, wait! Eat this! Take your last breath. Coward! Shoot! Shoot! Over into your fate. God is with me. Knock the idiot down. Oh no! I must come for you. Pathetic. Strike for Christ. Stay away. Remain steadfast.
Onto the Trial of the Raven. This one might be a little bit annoying for some of you guys. I managed to do it my first time with a bit of luck. The whole thing is just you need to loot 3 chests, remain anonymous, and then bring the prisoner at the end of this sequence all the way back to you to the start where I am now. So if you watch this video through and get the timings down to how I go around people, you shouldn't have too much hassle. Just make sure you're crouched and sprinting when you're going around things, sticking to walls, sticking to corners, and don't kill anyone, don't assassinate anyone. I don't believe I use any special ability in this. I don't obviously kill anyone. I always get spotted near at the ends, but it's fine. You can be safe. The video I watched, the guy stood up and sprinted as the very final sprinting section, but I even managed to just be able to sprint whilst crouching. This chest here is very tight. You see that the guy turns around instantly, so you have a very small amount of time to be able to open up this chest. So as soon as you see the guy move, you want to go straight there, open the chest and come back. He's a bit of a pain in the ass to come back through on the way back. But yeah, no killing involved in this, just a lot of stealth, a lot of patience. There's going to be a section coming up where the second or the third chest, sorry, there's 4 chests. Where the third chest is, there's going to be a bit where you might need to wait for these 2 people that are going to be either side of you to both be facing away from you, but don't want to risk it. But if you're as quick and as efficient as what I was in this video, you should be able to do it at the same time at relatively a quick pace. It's just precision and trying to counter Valhalla's somewhat weird controls. now we come to where most people would think that they've finished off the trophy. There's actually another 3 masteries you need to do. So you head over to Odin's island, which is here. At the back of the island, you want to go down into that and do this whole sequence, and it's a story related thing, very self-explanatory to follow. Then you'll come to this mastery thing where you'll replay the missions you've just done now with restraints. So this is the Trial of the Bear. You want to get melee kills, parries, and always keep Hildren's health under 100%. The idea for attacking her, you want to wait for her to attack, sidestep it, and go in and just smash R1 and get the attacks and just rinse and repeat. You want to do this just constantly until it moves to her phase where she disappears and goes to the other location. Sorry, I had some hiccups then. But yeah, it's a pretty easy fight. Just don't go all in. If you hit her when she's got her guard up, you'll just stagger. If that happens, you can click the dodge button to come out of your stagger a little bit faster. But the fight really isn't too bad. The only annoying part here is having to try and race getting the melee kills and the parries. Again, you don't need too many parries. I think I parry like a handful of people in each location, depending. You see I can try and get parries here, but just get hit. The first section is probably your best time to get parries and melee kills because her health goes up slower, I think, at least it seemed that way, than what it does on the second stage and between the second and third stage. So you just want to make do with it as make as you do with it. Try and get parries on these easier enemies, get the melee kills, and then rush through to kill the boss. But that is the Trial of the Bear. It was harder than what it should have been. And it also was a pleasant surprise of another 3 masteries that I had to do. Also, make sure to not do that, what I did there. You can see that there's a lot of generous time with between the first and second phases for the health. I messed up quite a bit.
Useless. time to die. Going to split you.
We are nearing the end. We're on the Trial of the Wolf here. This is just headshot on weak points. You want to be careful not to shoot her too many times in places that aren't her weak points, because she has really low health and your arrows do quite a significant amount of damage. I think your biggest issue with this trial in particular is when she has a weak point in her chest. Most of the time I would end up hitting her in the head, hitting her in the arm, anywhere but the weak spot on the chest. To get around this, keep your distance from them, activate your L2X or your LTA, and then you have an aim slightly lower than what you think you need to aim, and then you should hit the weak point on the chest. Again, same rules apply with the last Trial of the Wolf, the other Trial of the Wolves that we had. Heat the weak point, hit them in the heads. As soon as you've hit them in the weak point, it's the easiest way to guarantee headshots. You don't need to headshot everyone on this one. I believe when I had like 3 or 4 enemies left, I no longer needed headshots. But the weak points, you're basically going to need to hit every single weak point. I don't know if I missed one. I may have in the video, because sometimes it looks like I've hit a weak point in the chest, but I haven't. Like there, I think I did. Yeah, you see, it's kind of a bit odd, so just try your best. There might be one weak spot that you're able to miss, potentially 2, but honestly, it's not worth the risk. Okay, so now we're moving on to the final Trial of the Raven, which is to be the last requirement for this trophy. What you're going to want to do is when you come out of this hole is just pick up the mushrooms that I pick up. You're going to need this many mushrooms to be able to put people to sleep, as one of the requirements here is to put enemies to sleep and kill only your target, and obviously remaining anonymous. You only need to assassinate her twice, so make sure you've gotten the requirements to put her to sleep, or to put all the enemies to sleep before you kill her the second time. The best pathing you can get here is the one I've got, which is straight through the middle, and then it will be over to my right where I am currently. The worst one you can get is when you come out the hole, if she's straight over to the right. There's a lot of enemies around there. You're probably better off restarting, or if you feel like you can do it, then go for it. But I would say just restart if that was the case. But this one, it's pretty simple. Just be careful about putting enemies to sleep. Make sure you're sort of shooting around corners. And as I say, make sure you pick up all of the mushrooms that I am picking up to make sure that you have enough to be able to put enough enemies to sleep before assassinating her the second time. I've very much enjoyed making this guide. I saw that no one had really made a detailed guide on how to do things, so I hope that me commentating over the first portions of these trials has helped you out. If you need any other help with trophies, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to try and make a video for it if enough people request it. Or you can come and ask me directly at twitch.tv /Sir_Harris. If you have any problems with trophies, if there's a platinum blocker in your way, you can always head over to PlayStationTrophyService.co.uk, and I will be more than happy to accommodate to try and help you earn those trophies that you may be missing out on. But thank you very much for watching I was about to say the stream. Thank you very much for watching this guide. As I say, I do hope it was helpful for you, and I hope that now you can finally manage to get that 100% again for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And there we have it, gold for the Trial Raven Dunwick. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. That'll be a full master trophy guide. The trophy should pop shortly here on the video. And yes, anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video or on the next stream. So take care.